Het on the 17th of September 2026, the vast ocean holds mysteries beyond human comprehension. Beneath the deep blue surface, where sunlight fades and gives way to the eternal darkness of the seabed, lies a world of colossal creatures. They have existed for millions of years, evolving into the most perfect hunting machines. And among the inhabitants of the ancient coral reefs, there is one species of creature.
40, 50 pounds? Something like that. Somewhere in there. At least 40 for sure, at least 40. Nah, I give him 50, he's pretty big. That is a solid one. That's a solid one.
Imagine a creature weighing as much as a small car, with a mouth so wide it could swallow a medium-sized shark in a single gulp. These aren't just ordinary fish. They are the supreme rulers of reefs and isolated shipwrecks far offshore. For centuries, stories of this species have become legendary among seafarers.
He's like munching down on that. There it goes.
Here. That's 110. All day 100.
You think?
Yeah, he's 100 pounds all day.
But encountering them is no easy feat. These fish don't live in shallow waters near the shore, where humans can easily access them. Their habitat is pristine coral reefs hundreds of nautical miles from the mainland, where strong currents and water pressure can suffocate amateur anglers. Today, we'll follow an expedition of sport fishing experts and veteran fishermen on an unprecedented journey.
He smoked it. Let me take a... Yeah. Let me just take a breather. Yeah, I'll bring him here.
Look at the fishing rods used today. These aren't the typical fiberglass rods you see at recreational fishing lakes. They are heavy-duty weapons crafted from solid, ultra-durable carbon fiber, capable of withstanding bending forces of up to hundreds of pounds without breaking. The reel is considered the heart of the entire system. But powerful weapons aren't enough. Bait is the key to awakening the monster from its lair. Groupers are stalking predators, extremely sensitive to vibrations and the smell of blood in the water. Today, our team has prepared two types of bait: live bait and heavy-duty artificial lures. Live tuna weighing 2 to 3 kilograms, a dream for many ordinary anglers, are now used as delicious bait to offer to the king of the sea. A sudden jolt was so strong it nearly toppled the fisherman overboard if he hadn't been strapped to the side of the boat. Without probing, the fish unleashed a thunderous bite and immediately turned, hurtling straight toward its rocky lair at the bottom of the sea. The reel screeched furiously, a light smoke rising from the brake discs. The fisherman strained with all his might, his feet gripping the deck, his entire back and arm muscles tense like taut strings. Time seemed to stand still. The monstrous fish below was relentlessly performing powerful dives. If the fishing line touched any sharp coral edge at this moment, it would all be over in an instant. The angler had to coordinate perfectly with the boat. As the boat rose with the wave, he used the lift to reel the fish up a few meters. As the boat descended, he quickly reeled in the line. It was a life-or-death dance between man and fish. It switched to a spinning tactic, attempting to create a whirlpool to loosen the hook. But the loop hook system did its job. Well, it lodged itself firmly in the corner of the fish's mouth, where the thickest cartilage was, preventing it from escaping. After nearly an hour of suffocating struggle, large bubbles began to rise from the water's surface, a sign that the pressure within the fish's swim bladder was changing as it was pulled up from deep water.
He's not a porker. Hopefully he's big enough to keep. Sure.
It was an enormous grouper of unimaginable size. When its body fully surfaced beside the ship, everyone on board gasped in amazement. It was as big as a lifeboat. Its thick, grayish-brown skin, with its mossy, mottled patterns, was proof of its age. Perhaps this fish had lived at the bottom of the ocean for more than half a century. Its head was as big as its shoulders.
I need to pliers.
For true anglers, conquering a creature like this isn't about killing or possessing it. It's a fusion of human courage and the mighty power of nature. After quickly taking some commemorative photos, the angler carefully uses specialized pliers to remove the hook from its enormous mouth. They spend a few more minutes gently guiding the fish along the side of the boat, allowing the oxygen-rich seawater to flow through its gills, restoring the strength of the king of the coral reef. When the fisherman noticed the enormous tail of the fish begin to thrash violently, signaling its strength had returned, he smiled and let go. With a powerful flick of its tail that sent white foam splashing onto the faces of those on the boat, the giant grouper plunged back into the depths of the ocean. It quickly disappeared into the darkness, returning to its throne on the ancient coral reef, continuing to write its own legend. The monster, weighing over 300 kilograms, has returned to the depths of the ocean, but the aftershocks it left on the ship's deck remain intact. Hands still tremble with exhaustion, chest still heave with gasps after an unprecedented battle. Yet, in the world of ocean hunters, there is no such thing as stopping until the sun sets on the deck and the sea ceases its challenge. The allure of these reef ghosts is like an addictive electric current running straight through the veins of thrill seekers. Take note that beneath this coral reef stretching for dozens of nautical miles, the fish they just saw might only be the gatekeeper to a kingdom of even more colossal creatures. To prepare for deeper waters and stronger currents, tactics had to change. Larger sinkers, weighing nearly a kilogram, were introduced to ensure the bait could accurately reach the bottom without being swept away from the target. Reef area by the current, withstanding the tremendous friction and abrasion from the sharp rocks. This time, the bait wasn't just any ordinary live fish. A giant cuttlefish, over half a meter long, still fresh and constantly changing color magically under the light, was hooked onto a pair of double hooks. This was an irresistible favorite of any deep-sea predator. When the bait was dropped, it quickly sank into the eternal darkness. The fishing line released steadily. The captain's account: at this depth, you're not just fighting the fish. You're fighting the water pressure and the undertow. The fish here have an extremely unique muscle structure. They are much more dense and stronger than shallow water fish. A single tug from them can break even the most expensive fishing rod in half, if you don't know how to ride the waves. The atmosphere on the ship once again fell into a suffocating silence. Only the sound of the deck creaking against the rough waves and the faint clicking of the reel's bearings as the angler gently probed the seabed could be heard. 10 minutes passed, then 20. The sea seemed to be taunting human patience. Suddenly, the tip of the fishing rod twitched slightly. Then twice. It wasn't a violent bite like the previous fish. But this time discally different. The fish wasn't swimming sideways. It was rooted to the spot at the bottom of the abyss. The fishing line was stretched taut, making small snap sounds as the fibers were pulled to their maximum. The angler couldn't even reel in the reel. It felt like the hook was caught on a massive rock moving slowly along the seabed. This is no longer a recreational sport. It's a true test of physical endurance. Every muscle in the angler's arms, shoulders, and back feels like it's about to tear under the suffocating pressure. The monster deep beneath the surface continuously delivers powerful thrusts, each one like a hammer blow to the fishing rod. If the angler loosens their grip for even a second, the recoil force could break their wrist or pull them completely underwater. It was a giant grouper, the largest species of reef fish. Its entire body was covered in thick skin with alternating black and yellow spotted patterns, like a royal carpet worn smooth by time. The crisscrossing scars on its lips and fins were testaments to hundreds of past life or death, battles with sharks and human fishing lines. We're not talking about century-old fish being released to preserve their species. We're here to witness the processing of a giant grouper caught entirely legally under strict quotas. This is a priceless gift from the sea. A premium ingredient that any chef in the world would covet at least once in their lifetime. Look at the enormous chunk of meat lying on the preparation table. Weighing over 100 kilograms, this grouper is not just a simple ingredient. It's a challenging puzzle that tests the skills of even the most skilled butchers. In the culinary world, preparing a regular fish takes only a few minutes. But with a giant grouper, it's an art form requiring millimeter precision, patience, and incredible stamina. Any misstep could waste precious, gold-like cuts of meat. The first and most challenging step, scaling and skinning. Unlike common fish with thin scales that are easily scraped off, giant grouper have scales deeply embedded in their skin, combined with a thick, slimy, and extremely slippery epidermis. The chef must use a wide, sturdy knife, scraping against the direction of the scales, with consistent pressure to avoid tearing the skin, which contains the highest concentration of collagen in the fish. The sheer weight of the fillet required the assistance of 2 to 3 kitchen assistants to prevent it from collapsing and crushing the muscle fibers. When the first piece of meat was separated from the bone, everyone in the kitchen gasped in amazement. The flesh of the giant grouper was not the dull white of smaller fish, but a snow-white color with a hint of ruby red. The firmest part of fish's back is sliced into pea fingers thick. The chef chooses the traditional steaming method to preserve the fish's natural sweetness. The fish is arranged on a plate with finely chopped scallions, shredded ginger, and a few slices of chili peppers. The heat of the steam cooks the fish slowly, causing the flesh to slightly contract and release a stream of sweet juices. Once cooked, a special mixture of soy sauce, look at the fish cheeks. In smaller groupers, this area of meat is only a few teaspoons, but in a giant like this, each cheek is a round, fleshy mass weighing nearly 2 kilograms. This is the most active muscle in the fish's body, responsible for the 1,000-pound biting force that allows it to crush the hard shells of crabs, shrimp, and shellfish. It is this constant movement that makes the cheek meat of this giant grouper a unique ingredient. It has absolutely no excess fat. Right next to it, the pectoral fins, which support the 2 enormous swimming fins that help the fish maintain balance amidst the fierce ocean currents, tell a completely different story. This area contains a concentrated amount of fatty tissue interwoven with soft cartilage. This is the fattiest area of the entire fish's body, a light, delicate fat that doesn't linger in the throat but melts instantly upon contact with human body temperature. While fish fillets symbolize purity, the skin and head of the fish represent the pinnacle of culinary texture. The nearly 1 centimeter thick fish skin is cut into square pieces, lightly fried in hot oil to shape and puff up slightly, then simmered in an earthenware pot with soy sauce, black garlic, and shiitake mushrooms. Under a low flame, the thick fish skin begins to expand and contract, absorbing the rich sauce. When finishes the sunby texture,